Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Bill. I'm the expat prepper living in the Philippines. Today's video is going to be based on my personal experience and what's going on right now in the Philippines that I thought I'd make you guys aware of. Now, as the title states, I have had dengue twice. Okay? Dengue is no joke. Dengue fever, which is spread by the certain types of mosquitoes, and it's a big word, so I'll put that up here for you guys. And by the way, this type of mosquito here spreads a lot of different viruses, but the one we're concerned about today is dengue. Okay, so in the Philippines this year, in the time of this video, it is August 12th, 2023, there have been over 80,000 cases of dengue confirmed in the Philippines so far this year. Now, a vast majority of these cases do happen in the large populated areas like Cebu and Metro Manila. Manila especially has been hit pretty hard with dengue this year so far. Now, I have not had dengue while in the Philippines, and I'm going to tell you why. There are 4 types of variants of dengue. They call it simply Den 1, Den 2, Den 3, and Den 4. Now, these are all dengue related, except once you get one strain, you will not get that strain of dengue again. Now, I've lived a couple years in Malaysia, and I got 2 different strains there. I got infected twice in Malaysia with dengue. They had a bad problem with it 12 years ago when I was there, and it was a pretty miserable time for me. But the reason I'm bringing up dengue today, even though I haven't had it in over 10 years, is we just got off of basically 3 weeks of monsoon rain, and today is the second sunny day. And you know what happens when the sun comes out after long periods of rain? Mosquitoes. So mosquitoes are everywhere right now, and it's the part of the thing in the Philippines that I don't particularly like, because no matter how hard I work personally to make sure I don't have standing water or anything at my site, my neighbors may not be as diligent and mosquitoes fly around. Okay, so I want to tell you a couple things about dengue right now. Is the death rate really isn't that high. It's about 3%. Now that sounds horrible, but these are typically young adults to infants to children and maybe the elderly that don't have quite the strong enough immune system built up already. But getting dengue, you'll wish you were dead. I'll be honest with you. Right, so the first time wasn't too bad. I had, about a 75% rash on my body. I did have some joint pain. I had a slight fever, and I was generally just not feeling well. And I knew it was dengue because our entire condo block was getting it, and they were fumigating and spraying, and I was like, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. Now, what happened about 8 months after that is I got it a second time, which is odd because I was at the exact same location. But I'm guessing that there was 2 strains running around Malaysia, and that second one kicked my butt. Okay, my hands turned beet red. I lost vision in this eye. It was blurred completely for months. It took a long time to recover. I had body and bone and joint pain like I never felt before. And people were calling it the bone crushing disease because it feels like someone's just crushing your bones. And yeah, I was sick. I had a rash over almost all of my body, and I was just not in a good spot for a couple of weeks. It took a while to get over everything. And I didn't go to the hospital because I wasn't bleeding externally specifically. I watched my stools and urine, and I didn't have any bleeding problems, so I didn't have the what do they call it? Let me look it up for you. I'll give you the right name here. Sorry. Okay, I didn't have the hemorrhagic fever, the DHF type, so I wasn't in that bad of shape. I had just regular dengue, but the reason it was so hard to live with it was because your body tries to treat it like the first time you have dengue, right? So it ignored the dengue for quite a while because it was fighting it with the wrong kind of antibodies or whatever. However your body does that, right? I'm not a doctor. But for whatever reason, since I had dengue before, my body tried to fight it with the original strain of dengue while the new strain of dengue was running amok through my body. And I tell you what, it kicked my butt, okay? Now, I feel pretty confident that I probably won't get dengue again because I don't plan on leaving Asia. I think the other two strains of dengue that I have not yet been exposed to are probably in sub-Saharan Africa, in different parts of the Caribbean, in areas that, you know, that strain is more prevalent than here in the Philippines. But I'm very conscious about it right now. As part of my prepping and part of my look is I'm paying attention that I don't have any standing water. I'm making sure that things are cleaned up. Even plastic bottles, PET bottles that are thrown on the ground, they get filled with water during flooding and rains, and mosquitoes will grow in those. I've seen mosquitoes grow in my dog's automatic watering dish. Okay, you know, you fill that thing up with, you know, a gallon of water and it's good for a week. But, you know, I watch that because I'll see that after 5 or 6 days, there will be the little larvae swimming in the water. We air dry our dishes, and they have a drying rack. And we have to make sure that every 2 days we're making sure we're cleaning out that drying rack so the mosquitoes don't breed there. So today's video is not to make you guys scared, but make you aware. There are a lot of expats that come to the Philippines from Western cultures where it's colder and mosquitoes aren't as prevalent, or dengue is not as prevalent. And you'll come out here and you'll hang out in the jungle, or you'll hang out in the province, and you know what, you get sick and you're really not sure what happened. Oh, you know, you got a cold or you got a fever. But the probability of dengue, especially right now at this point in time in the Philippines, is pretty good. You're going to want to watch for the signs of the rashes on your skin, internal bleeding. And how do you know if you have internal bleeding? You know, you're going to monitor your stool. Okay, as bad as that sounds. You know, when you urinate, make sure it's not discolored and things of that nature. Yeah, it's a simple video today. I just want to point out that if you're an expat and you're planning on coming over here, mosquitoes are a thing at certain times of the year, and especially after a big bout of rain like we've had, the monstrous 3 weeks of downpour. Right now the sun is coming out, and right now the mosquitoes are just breeding. Now this is already on top of the 80,000 cases we've had in the Philippines so far this year, which is approximately 11% more than the same time last year, just to give you a statistical number that I happen to pull up off the web. So guys, just keep in mind, if you're out here and you're out in the province or you're having a mosquito problem, make sure you have screens on where you're sleeping at night. Make sure you're not leaving water standing for periods of time, and just be more aware of the environment that you're in, that if you're seeing mosquitoes, you know, put the lotion on. Now, as a person that's been here for 10 years, mosquitoes only seem to bother me from like the knees down, okay? If I'm out and walking around, or if I'm sitting at a park or at a outdoor restaurant, I just need to make sure that I have mosquito repellent on my ankles and the tops of my feet, because I tend to wear flip-flops. Now, when you're sleeping at night, obviously your whole body's, you know, not as high. And if you have mosquitoes in the place where you're sleeping, they'll hit anywhere on your body. But I tend to see that mosquitoes normally only really affect me from the knees down. Other people might have different experiences. I typically do not get bitten by mosquitoes that much, and it could be because I keep that place clean. But also, I've been out here for a long time. I guess I'm just not attracted to them anymore. Anyways, guys, check it out. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the stats. If you're not feeling well and you have any kind of blood in your stool or your urine, and bottom line is if your knees, elbows, back, hips, and bones hurt, you probably have dengue fever, and you're going to want to look it up on the internet, and you're going to want to check your symptoms. And if possible, or if needed, you might want to go and have a checkup done. Stay hydrated. That's how you'll get through it. And yeah, pray you don't get it. All right, guys, that's it. Quick video for today. Until next time, please, everyone be safe. If you like this content, as rambling as it was, go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you.